Welcome back to another video. Today's review is focused on 2022 movie entitled X. And the official synopsis of the movie X is, in 1979, a group of young filmmakers set out to make an adult film in rural Texas, but when their reclusive, elderly hostess catches them in the act, the cast find themselves fighting for their lives. Before I give out my review, please like the video, subscribe or comment, or just watch the video and keep going on with your day. The movie is directed and written by Ty West, and I am not really familiar with this person as I have not seen that many movies of this director, but I felt like Ty West did a good job with his direction and his writing when it comes with this movie, because this movie to me was a pretty good movie. It was a nice retro slasher film which had a lot of just graphic killings along the way, and just how things just slowly transpire into something pretty evil with what happens. Like Ty West and his visuals with his directing, I think he does a good job with this movie. The movie does star Mia Goth, Jenna Ortega, Kid Cudi, Brittany Snow, Martin Henderson, and a few other well-known names that I somewhat know about. I felt like Kid Cudi, Jenna Ortega, Brittany Snow, and Mia Goth gave out really good performances. Mia Goth, in my opinion, stole the show with her performance with portraying two characters at once, with her character of Maxine and Lorraine, as Lorraine is an older character who has seen a lot in her days, and her character is just really creepy. How they were able to do all of like the makeup effects with her character, it looked really good. And with Mia Goth's performance as both of these characters, I think she had the best performance out throughout the entire movie. But the performances though, out of the entire movie, to me, they were all pretty good. The story is definitely a slow burner, as the movie takes its time when it comes to building things up, with just letting small things just happen here and there. But then after all of the crazy action happens, the reaction soon starts to begin. As I'm not going to say what happens because some people still haven't seen this movie, but the reactions of what happens is pretty crazy and graphic, with many people slowly and surely becoming newspapers, t-shirts getting printed out left and right in pretty graphic ways. I mean, the way that some people were killed off in this movie, you could say was a definite overkill, and I just couldn't believe it with how they did it in some sorts. Like with one of the characters just getting stabbed over and over again, somebody's eyes getting gouged out, shots. Like, I think the story was pretty interesting, but it does take its time when it comes to building things up and everything just slowly just transpiring. This movie has a lot of just horror action into it, a lot of just graphic violence as well. Like, this movie does have a few disturbing imageries along the way, such as a slain cow, or like I mentioned before, people becoming t-shirts, getting killed in graphic ways, like slashed, gouged, shot. It's just a lot to look at. And also just how people just trying to stay alive, trying to fight their way out of just creepy, horrific situations. The directing, the cinematography was pretty good. I liked the way how this movie was edited when it came to a few of the scenes, how it just transformed into one scene into another just like that, and how it all looked on screen as well. Now, when it comes to some things I did not like about this movie, I would say this movie had a few scenes in here that definitely dragged out quite a little bit. Like, nothing was really happening, and nothing really happens within the first half of this movie. The second half is when things just start to get a lot more crazy. But I felt like some scenes in here did drag out a lot longer than necessary when you look at things. And another thing that I probably did not like about this movie was the villains' reasonings as in why they were doing what they were doing. I mean, yeah, like, people get old, people grow old and everything, and people enjoy the old age. A lot of them do, but that doesn't give you the right to do what you do to a lot of these people in this movie, though. But yeah, I felt like X was a pretty interesting horror movie, a nice retro movie, you could say. And it just shows you that you just got to be careful with what you do and what you film in people's houses and all that kind of stuff. And I did like the twist at the end in the movie. It was really shocking, surprising. But my rating for the movie X would probably have to be maybe 3.5 stars out of 5. So thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.